All right, this one's about Chicago, man. This one's about Chicago. I want y'all to pay attention to this because right now I'm hurt, I'm angry, I'm disappointed, I'm confused, and I'm emotional. And I already told y'all that men don't get in their emotions, but right now I'm a little emotional, and I'm getting ready to tell you why. But first, you know, let me tap in, man. Mecca Audio, man. I'm here, man. Listen, I do this for a reason, man. I do this for a reason, not for a season. Not for views, not for none of that. I had a little homie reach out to me from Chicago about a month ago. He called me because he had an issue with his little brother. The little homie's 34, his brother's 27, and his little brother's out there gangbanging. He played basketball. He got, you know, his mind outside of the gang mindset, and he was doing his thing. Now, he living with his grandmother. His mother had a stroke, and it's him, his brother, and his little sister staying with, you know, the grandmother. Now, a gun comes up missing. We in Chicago. That's why I got my background. Big shout out to Chicago. Big shout out to Chicago. We're sitting in Chicago right now. You know, this is what Mecca Audio is about. His gun come up missing. His little brother accused him of stealing the gun. He tell his little brother he ain't steal the gun. He don't need the gun. He's not into none of that. So he don't need no gun. He don't need none of that. He didn't take it. His little brother kept going on. He threatening him. He telling him he know he took it because he was at the house. The gun came up missing. Ain't nobody there but with with moms and grandma and the little sister but him. So he had to be the one that took it. So being that he's threatening him, he left and he went to go stay with his girlfriend in the suburbs. Now, while he's staying with his girlfriend, the little brother kept ranting and raving about the gun, and he wanted to keep the peace, so he sends his brother $200 and say, man, I ain't take your gun, man, but here's $200, man. Put that towards getting another gun or go get another gun, whatever it costs. So he gets the $200, and now he's saying that the brother is guilty because the brother took the gun and sent the money. You wouldn't have sent the money if you took the gun, is what the little brother's thinking. So now the little brother goes on to threatening him. So as he's threatening him, hold on, I got a call from my man in the joint, man. Hold up, you know they always call him.
At no expense to you from Anthony, an inmate at Central Valley. To accept this call,
hold up, y'all.
Or say 5. To refuse this
5.
call, hang up now. To block this call and all future calls, press or say 9. This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Yo, what up, Aunt? Yo, hold on. I'm doing the show, son. Sit in and listen, and you can come in and comment, all right? You hear me? All right. So now, my man Ant called in, right? So he on the phone. He listening in, right? So now they done took the gun. All right. So this is what happened, Ant. So I can fill you in real quick. Maybe we could get your opinion on this as well. We're gonna get your opinion on this because this is deep, man. This is so deep. I don't even. My head is not even right now. This is so deep. What happened is we got 2 brothers in Chicago. One of them is into the gang life, into the street. The other one got out the street, was never in the street. He went to school, played ball, was in the top rank out there in that area. And the little brother is still out on the street. A gun comes up missing in the house that he's staying in with his mother, his grandmother. Mother had a stroke, and his little sister. The little brother that's in the street accused the older brother of taking a gun, and he threatening, you know what I mean, that he gonna hurt him if he don't give him his gun back, da-da-da-da. So he don't want no peace. So he goes stay with his girl in the suburbs, and then he gives his brother $200. And his little brother said, you wouldn't have gave me the $200 if you not guilty. So you guilty, you took my gun. Nigga, the gun costs $1,000 and I want my $1,000. You hear me, Ant? Ant? So this is what happened. I'm here with you. All right. So now dude calls me, the young man calls me. He's on the phone right now listening in. You know what I mean? Say something, 'cause I wanted to make sure it was worded proper. Say something, homie. You know?
Yo, what's good? What's good, man?
All right, everything good. All right, so put it back on mute. So the little homie on the phone, I'm going to bring him in a minute, but I want to just tell the story from my spiel. So when that happens, the young man watches my YouTube channel all the way out in Chicago. I don't know him from a can of paint. And he called me and he told me the situation. And the matter of fact, the brother called me like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. But I answered my phone because the number that I got on the screen, I just put a new number up there, 347-480-9801. That's the new number. I do answer that call. Like I said, this brother called me 2 in the morning and I was up working, so I answered the phone and I talked to him and he ran the scenario down to me and asked for my advice. So I told him, just stay away from the little brother, let him get his head right. You know what I mean? That's your little brother. I know he love you. So, you know, time heals everything. You know, just like the 26.5 years in federal prison healed me and turned me into the man that is sitting here in front of you trying to, you know, help save somebody, you know, because I lost my son doing 29 years in federal prison. I got my other little brother on the phone, and, you know what I mean? I met him back in Atwater back in like 2010, you know, 2009, you know, good brother. So this is where we at. So I tell him, stay away from the crib. Don't go over there. You know what I mean? Let the brother heal. He's like, but man, I miss moms and I miss grandma. And I'm like, yeah, but you know, little brother now done stepped it up where he's threatening his life saying he want his money. So while he's threatening his life that he want his money, he's like, I don't want no problems, man. I done gave you 200. He said, you wouldn't have gave me the 200 if you wasn't guilty. So he didn't understand that, so I had to explain to him where it was coming from, that it's bigger than the gun or the 200, you know? And cover your phone up a little bit so I don't hear the noise, right? So, you know, that's where we at, right? So when he calls me and he tells me this, everything is going good, and I just want y'all to understand how this street life work, you know? The little brother felt like he took something from him. He believed in his heart that his older brother took that gun. The street code is, and I know y'all don't like to hear it, I'm just giving it to y'all raw. The street code is, if somebody takes something from you, no matter what, you know what I mean? You gotta make sure that you handle your business. But this is his brother. And he's threatening his brother's life over a gun that his brother gave him $200 towards. You know what I mean? Getting another one or even buying one. He don't want to hear that. So he's threatening him, so he's staying away, and, you know, the older brother is calling me, and me and him is talking, and I'm just really just keeping him calm and letting him know that time is going to heal it, that right now I know where his brother is at mentally, so that's why it's best to stay away. So while this is going on, it just gets so confusing because, you know, they in an area that one brother finds a way out with basketball, and the other brother digs himself deeper, you know, with the pistol and the game, you know. And it's sad because I grew up where I had a sister, but I still have a sister. My oldest sister, one of my oldest sisters, is a corporate attorney. She made it to the corporate world, you know, getting 6 figures a year. And I made it deep into the underworld to become a kingpin. Do you see that the roads is out there? It's what you take and who you have around you to guide you in the direction that you need to go in to see where you're going to go and who you're going to become. My sister became a big corporate lawyer. I became a drug kingpin, got life plus 20, did 26.5 years in federal prison for my choices and the road that I took. So that's why I'm talking to y'all, and I want to be the face for anybody that's looking at this from anywhere in the world. My phone number is on the screen. That's that 347-480-9801 number. That's my new number. You can call me if you want to talk. To the little brothers in Chicago, Detroit, you know, Tennessee, California, Miami. If y'all just want to talk, feel free to call to talk to me. My line is open. And that's why, you know, I'm always mentioning the Cash App for the haters that say he always mentioning the Cash App. That's because the game is to be sold, not told. YouTube don't pay us enough on here. All this stuff costs money. You understand? Then now we got somebody duplicated my account. My account is the red one. He got orange. He probably gonna trade it to red. I've been complaining to YouTube. Cash App. I think Cash App duplicated my account. I think this dude worked for Cash App, but I got his IP number, so we gonna catch up with him because we doing our own investigation. So I'm gonna set up something new. But anyway, just so you understand, this is where we at with it. So they going back and forth, and while they going back and forth about this gun and he's staying away and he's not trying to have any problem, the brother is escalating it. I'm gonna kill you, nigga. You did this, you did that, and he's threatening them. So dude is calling me. He's like, yo, Mecca, yo, my brother threatening me, man. And you know, when a dude threatening you, you gotta take it serious. You know, even if it's your brother. And I understand that to the fullest because my brother violated me. And I had to chastise him because that was the rules of the game, you know? When I told my mother, who's 88, still living, while this was going on, I told my mother what was going on, and I wanted to kill my brother behind that. And I'm going to keep it 100. I wanted to kill him behind him taking from me. You know what I mean? And my mother said, nah, you don't want to kill your brother because you don't want that blood on your hands. But I'm trying to explain to my mother the street code that no one takes anything from us. Because if his friends find out that he took something from me, then they're going to try and take something from me. And that's going to be multiple murders because I'm not just going to kill him. I'm going to kill his whole family for touching me. And she's like, yo, baby, you can't do nothing to your brother. All you could do, you could wound him, but don't kill your brother. You don't want that blood on your hands, you know? And I'm like, but moms, he took that from me. And she's like, baby, don't listen to what them streets is telling you. Listen to what your mama's telling you. Your brother's your blood. You don't spill your own blood. She said, I don't care what you do to your brother, but don't kill your brother, you know? So I wound up dealing with my brother, you know, with that situation, you know, violently, very violently. I'm going to keep it 100. Those that's in my intimate circle, they already know how I handled that situation, even though he was my brother, but that's what the code recommended. So I had to discipline him so that anyone else on the outside or the inside or around the side or up the side, down the side is looking, they already know if you violate Unique, it's going to be gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. And that's where it's at, you know? And that's why I understand where his little brother is at. Because his little brother felt in his heart that he took that, you know? So Mother's Day was coming up. So the little homie called me and said, man, Mecca, Mother's Day coming up, and I really want to go see my grandmother. My mother got a stroke. She's staying there too, and I miss my little sister. And I'm like, yo, but you got to let time heal it. Well, you know, because like you said yourself, when a man threatens you, you take it serious, you know? So, you know, I don't know if he went on Mother's Day or not. But, you know, he on the phone, you know, I'm going to let him say a few words because he reached out to me and he asked me to do this show. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm getting involved in this. Because like I've been telling y'all, I wanted to do a King Von and FBG Duck joint about the European label them serial killers that I don't agree with. I don't agree with, you know what I mean? And a lot of people been asking me to break that down and give my assessment on that documentary that they did with, you know, King Von. So if y'all want it, put it in the comments. I've been trying to stay away from it. But now that this brother from Chicago called me, now I found myself sitting in the middle of Chicago trying to talk to the youth in the Chicago and letting them know my phone number is on the, nah, that's not that number there. I should have changed that one. It's the 347-480-9801. Not that 207 number, just so y'all understand. So, man, it got so ugly, man, that, you know, the brother was calling me regular at night, and me and him was talking because he really missed his family, but I didn't want him to wind up putting himself in a bad situation where he got to defend himself or wind up getting killed by his own brother. So as time went on, you know, I get a call from him, you know, last week. And last week when he called me, he told me, yo, Mecca, he said, man, my little brother got smoked, I said, damn. He said, yeah, they killed my little brother out here in Chicago. I said, the same little brother that was trying to kill you? And just to show you how our mindset is, that man said, nah, the little brother that was mad at me, So I had to let him know that, nah, you said it yourself that he tried to kill you. You know what I mean? And he didn't want to say that out loud because he wanted his brother to rest in peace and remember his little brother is the baby brother that he raised. The same baby brother that wanted to go with him to the store and his mother made him hang with him because he was his brother and he's 7 years younger and he like, man, I don't want to carry that little nigga, you know what I mean? But he wound up having love for him. Now he's dead. The same brother that was trying to kill him, now he's mourning. The same brother that was trying to kill him, now he has to bury. The same brother, like I said, pay attention, that tried to kill him. You see how this gang politics and street life is twisted? That's why I'm telling y'all, don't get involved in it. It's not worth it if you're involved in it. I got my own hotline up here because ain't nobody trying to help. I don't understand how America could go into, Afghanistan and, Iraq and go get Saddam Hussein out of a rabbit hole from all the way here in the United States, and they can't go a couple of states over from Washington to Chicago, you know what I mean, to save our youth. But they said they saving the people in Iraq. They saving the people in, what was that, Afghanistan. You saving the people all over the globe. But you letting our people kill each other because you took the elders like me out and left the youth to fend for themselves. So once they took us out, they fending for themselves, and now a whole decade goes by, and those youth that I left behind that was 10 years old, 9 years old, 8 years old, even 7 years old, I'm in prison 10 years, and now they're fathers. And I'm not there to raise my own child, so how's my child going to raise the new child that he has as a father when his father has been given life and no parole for no violence? My man ain't got to go. If you want to call back, call back. But now, how could you do this? I'm so hurt right now and disappointed in myself for falling into the trap of selling poison to my people for materialistic and financial gain for myself, that I let my people and my community down. So anybody trying to get with this movement, the numbers on the screen, that's that 347-480-9801 number. Call me. I've got a thing on my website. I'm going to announce it later. But, matter of fact, text me your email to that number for anybody trying to help, want to do promotion on my platform, you know what I mean, or just want to be a part of the movement. Text me at that number your email. I'm going to set up an email list and start doing email blasts, and we're going to start making a difference, man. And I'm going to reach out to the other YouTubers, that I watch for entertainment because, I support the brothers, you know what I mean? I'm talking about 050, I'm talking about, 10 Toes Down, I'm talking about Hassan Campbell, I'm talking about all the brothers, man, that I know on this side, Sub-Zero, you know what I mean? So I'm not leaving any names out. I'm just saying all the brothers on the East, we got to get with the middle, you know what I mean, with the Midwest and try and help these brothers that's living in these, housing, complex behind us out there in Chicago. So now the young man wound up getting murdered. And the brother calls me to tell me where he at. You know what I mean? That he lost his brother. So when he calls me and tell me that he lost his brother, hold on. Let me bring my man back in. I apologize. I just don't like to not answer my brother's calls when they call from prison because I know what it's like to have a call rejected.
Hang up
You know what I
now
mean?
to block this call and all future calls.
You know?
This call
So
will
here
be
we come.
recorded and
Bear with
subject
me,
to
man. Bear
monitoring
with
at
me.
any time.
Like I
Thank you for
said,
using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
All right, hold up. Like I said, anybody in Chicago or at the sound of my voice that need help or assistance, I got my own hotline up there. This is what I'm trying to give back to the community, you know, that I poisoned, to the country that I poisoned, because I sent my cocaine up and down the East Coast, not proud of it, just telling you what it is, you know? So, you know, we here. So the young brother called me and he tell me this. So he asked me if I could speak about it to the youth because he has a message that he's trying to get across to the youth. So anybody that's in a crisis out here dealing with the streets, because I'm a king of the streets, you know, I chose that, I welcome that, but now I'm trying to be a positive part of that street, you know. It's just, I just feel real emotional right now, man. I mean, I don't know if y'all could understand how I'm feeling because, like I said, there's so many fake niggas and trolls, man. That's why, you know, gunshots to them niggas, man. Gunshots to them niggas all day. You know what I mean? But I definitely got to hit them with the Tommy gun. You know what I mean? That's for you suckers and trolls that don't understand that this movement is for real. You know? It's hard out there, man. We here for each other now. Little bro, you want to say something to the people? Turn down the radio in the background or whatever, but take it off mute and, you know, talk to the people, man. This the brother that lost his brother that's on the phone.
What's going on, Mecca?
Man, everything good. I hear you crystal clear. What you want to say to the people? And did I say anything wrong or did you approve of what I said? And what would you like me to help you do from here?
Man, nah, man, you pretty much hit it right on the head, man. Like, hit everything right on the head. It's just sad. It's our people. It's just what we going through, and the situation, even with my brother, you know, it's just a disconnect with the youth when they got to combine the street politics, and they put that as if they don't do that, then they not men. And we need more men out here. You know, we need more guidance. We need more like other older generation just kind of letting them know and guide them the right way. And even with my situation, I can't even, it ain't like I can call him or straighten it out no more. He gone. You know what I mean? So it's like, that situation is pretty much over, man. I'm gonna bury my brother, man, and just keep praying, you know, and just hope the man upstairs, you know what I'm saying, and take care of him and all that. But it just goes to show you, if you can go through what I went through with a sibling, then, man, it's super wicked when it comes to how they feel about the other people they dealing with in the streets, in the street culture, how they moving, who they dealing with every day. So that's a sibling. That was my little man at one point in life, you know, following me every day, wanted to be with me every day. Like I said, I kind of separated from that because of sports, basketball, and you know, unfortunately, he couldn't do the same, so he took another route, and that's the route he took, and we ended up bumping heads over something so petty. But I'm pretty sure it's like, man, it's petty as hell. But even when it was happening, I was trying to convey that message, like, man, come on, man. And, you know, they know the story now, but it didn't resonate with him. And now it's too late. I can't have that conversation with him. You know what I mean? He can't have that conversation with me and straighten it out. And, you know, that's the only thing that really hurt me the most is that he gone, but at the same time, we never got to kind of resolve that issue. Like, so, man, this is the message I just want to just put out there, man, is we need to start teaching our young brothers out here, especially in these, like, cities, New York, Chicago, L.A., any city, like, in the hood, wherever, just convey a message of, man, we need more love, we need more peace, we need more guidance, man. We need to become men and kind of separate from the street mentality, because that's the whole situation is based on street politics, street rules, like you said. It don't matter if that's my brother, if that's my sister, it don't matter. I got to abide by these rules. And these rules were created to keep us down, to keep us with the violence, to keep us losing people. And it's just crazy and it's just upsetting, man. It's really, like, sad to just know that's where we at right now. But we got to do everything we can to fix it, man. That's all, man. I just appreciate you, you know, allowing me to use your platform. You know, me and you already, like, had multiple conversations, man. And, you know, I just want to thank you, man, for just always keeping me level-headed and always, like, just giving me the right guidance, man, to just make it through this. And moving forward, man, that's all I wanted to do is just convey a message of love, gratitude, and just let everybody know it's deeper than what you think. It's just deeper than what you think because you don't know who's going to be here today, who's going to be here tomorrow. Just you look up, you might get a phone call that the person that you got a petty beef with, the pettiest thing that's really worth nothing. You can't even have a conversation no more to straighten it out. So, and that's all, man. That's just what I had to say, man. And I really appreciate you, man, sharing the story. That's all.
How old are you and where you from exactly so the people understand how deep this is? But matter of fact, tell them how we met real quick and then where you from. Tell them where you from
Sure.
and, how we met.
Yeah, man, like, I'm from, 63rd and Damon, 63rd, basically. For those who hear 63rd, they think of another hood. I'm from the other side of the E-Way. So that's the other side. It's another hood. It's not the same one that, Vaughn and everybody rap about, but it's still the same thing going on. And, I'm 34. Man, made it out over there. Killed in high school, man, did my thing. And like I said, man, little bro, he couldn't, kind of follow me and follow my footsteps, so he took another route. You know what I mean? So even though I'm coming back to the hood and I'm, when I was younger, coming back from playing overseas and everything else, I'm still in the hood. But I'm leaving him to the wolves because he's learning from them. I'm not there. I was playing basketball professionally overseas and trying to get my business in order, but I felt like I left him at that particular time. So coming up, he just hung around a lot of different people, a lot of youth, and even if my homies that I grew up with, they tried to kind of guide him away from that. But man, once he the type of guy, once he had his mind set on something, that's what he was gonna do. And it kind of just affected his life coming all the way up. And, this is what we at with it.
Mm-hmm. Just so y'all understand, man, this is deep, man. This is deep. Now, you can't see it, but I just had a picture of King Vaughn and FBG Duck on the screen, because I love these brothers, man. I watched the documentaries on them. I was out in Chicago, back at State Street and all that back in my days. Yeah, I did my little run through Chicago too. I ain't even tell you about that yet. But, I used to call it Federal Street, you know what I mean? Over there by Cabrini Green and all that, where all the projects run down for 50 blocks, it looked like, around the corner, not far from the stadium. Went over there to the Nike store, downtown. But I put the picture of King Vaughn and FBG Duck up there because a lot of people been asking me to speak on it, and you got so many fake YouTubers that get up here and they look for anything for content by trying to tear down another man other than trying to work with that man, So they try and find a negative in it. So, I'm really leaning towards doing this video about, the two brothers. I'm going to put them back on the screen, and I want you, just tell them exactly where you from. And, we're not picking any sides. We're not with none of that. I'm trying to save both sides. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to save both sides, all sides. That's where I'm at, But, I got their picture up on the screen, big bro. So just kind of describe your neighborhood without getting in detail. We don't want to get into any names or any, you know what I mean? But just describe what it's like out there, for y'all growing up in Chicago. All right, I got King Vaughn and FBG Duck going up on the screen while you speak. All right, big bro?
No, for sure, man. I mean, Chicago is just like any other, hood, any other ghetto, but it's so put together, it's so close, where it's just a division. So that's why you see all these killings that happen at such a rate, because they so close. And coming up in Chicago, especially if, man, on some street politics, on some street type of time, man, it's like you don't got money. Nobody got money as shorties. You might come up on a couple $100, or y'all come together. I got 50, I got this 50, and you use that to go to another hood and try to, do what shorties do. They kick it, man, trying to get old girls. But if you see somebody that you don't know, or you see somebody that you think you know, and y'all think y'all into it, y'all just let know. But that's a known entity, though. That's the dark part about the whole city is we all know. It's not like surprise that, oh man, he seen him from back in the day and turned it into something else, and now we got 3 people killed, 8 people shot in one situation. Now they got to retaliate. So now you looking at retaliation, and it's just a back and forth retaliation. And when it comes, you know, I don't like speaking on Von and Duck's situation, but just by me being around and just me knowing people that's closely tied with them, it was so much blood being shed between, you know, all facets of the city and what's going on in the situation. So it's like put the guns down, but at the same time, all of them didn't want to feel vulnerable, man, because that's what it is. The vulnerability of, I'm going to change my life, but that don't mean what I did in the past ain't going to come back to haunt me. So that kind of deterred them from trying to even change. Why change if, you know, the other side, we don't know what's going on with the other side, but I ain't going to change my life. And then they think I'm still on street time, so it go back and forth. And then they look like they kind of feel they ain't got no way out. Like there's no purpose, there's no like guidance as far as where to get money from it. Do other things besides street stuff to get money, man. So it's like, and without money, you're gonna be in the streets. You're gonna be seeing people that you don't need to see. If everybody had enough money to kind of move away or stay away from each other, we'll have less conflict as far as you seeing who you're not supposed to see. You know what I mean? But with coming up, those as shorties and even early 20s, and if you're not on the right path or getting a job or having a hustle or getting just entrepreneurship, if you ain't on that type of time, which most of these cats not, man, you're gonna bump into people that you don't want to bump into, and you gotta do what you gotta do to make it back home. They feeling the same way, so now it's this conflict, constant conflict, and that's what's going on. And you lose a loved one. I just lost a loved one, man, but it's deep because it's like, man, at one instance, it's like I want to go all out, but I'm remembering it and just kind of just thinking about the past and thinking about the never-ending cycle of violence. So why would I even put myself in that mindset to go back, possibly do something that I'm gonna regret, that my kids ain't gonna be able to see me with, and now I got to worry about my family getting retired. Is this enough? I'm putting an end to the cycle because I could have went left one another way with my background and the people that I know and everything else. I could have went another way, but I'm stopping it right here as far as my side, as far as what I got going on and my capabilities of what to do. I'm ending it right here. I'm telling everybody I know, man, look, let that go, man. It is what it is, but at the same time, we got to guide the youth, man. We got to talk to people to let them know the story, get it out there so, man, they can see that it's real. This ain't no video game. Like, they think it's like Grand Theft Auto, and then the fear of death, they don't fear death. Like, that was the thing that kind of kept the streets kind of level. You ain't going to go to that party because you're scared, or not scared, but you just got fear that, man, if I do this, I'm end up doing something that I don't want to do to get me life in jail, or even worse, my mama getting a phone call saying I ain't make it. Now, it's a free fall because the fear isn't death. They fearless, which is a good thing if you put it in the right mind state, but it's bad if you, on that type of time, it's bad because you're not fearless of death, you're not fearless of seeing somebody that you don't need to see, you're not fearless of no situation, you feel like you're invincible, and if it does approach you, or if you do get in that situation, you feel like you can defend yourself. And that's just not the truth. That's not what's going on as far as you defending yourself, because the other person can have an advantage on you. They can have the ups on you as far as knowing how you moving, or any little thing over a petty argument, any little thing could just result in a loss of life, man. And that's really what I'm trying to push and promote.
I like that. I like that. So that's where we at, man. Just so you understand, I was invited into this situation to try and help cure some of the and curb some of the violence that's going on in Chicago by this brother. He asked to, do a live with me. So, if you still want to do the live, we'll do the live. That's on you, So let the people know what you want to do, man, and where we going to go from here, man. We're going to do this together, brother. I know it hurts because I lost my brother. My brother got 2 to the head. So you understand my situation. You might not have heard it, homie. But, when I got locked up, I got sentenced September 15th, 1994, October 1st, 1994. The feds brought me down in a little cold room with a little T-shirt and a prison pants on and a little prison shirt and handcuffed and shackled me to a table and laid out these big 8x10 pictures of my brother with his brains blown out and told me the fox hunt is over, that the nigga is dead, and I'm going to die in a federal prison, So you can't even imagine what went through my mind at that time. But what I let them know was, at least he ain't got to die in your stinking prison. But they said, you will. And I said, nah, I guarantee you I'm going to get out of here. There's no way God is going to keep me in here, And I made a promise to God while I was in prison, and I honor my word to all men, especially God. I made a promise to God that when I came out that I was going to do something to try and, rectify some of the damage that I've done to my community. And I'm honoring that, man. And, you know, so you want to do the live, big bro?
Man, I appreciate it. But like I said, man, I'm at work right now.
No, not right now. I'm talking about another time, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Later on tonight, man, or later, whenever, just tap in with me, man. We can get that done for sure.
All right, so that's where it's at, man. I'm not going to be up here much longer. I've been up here 35 minutes, man. Thanks for sharing your story, man. I hope this resonated with somebody. And like I said, you know, don't call that 347-207 number on the screen. Call the other number that's coming up on the screen, 347-480-9801. You know, if you want to talk to me, like I said, my phone is open 24 hours, man. You know, and that's why I say the game is to be sold, not told. I'm not charging nobody. I didn't charge this man a dime. You know what I mean? He supported the hustle. I support the hustle. And that's the way it is, man. We out here together. You know, we out here together, man. I'm going to get this Cash App thing in order, you know. And, you know, I'm going to just tap out, man. But, you know, thank you for coming in, big bro. All right? And we'll probably do a live either tonight, tomorrow night. Let me just see how I feel, because all this is just hitting so close to home because I lost my brother, and I know the pain that you feeling. And, you know, thank God me and my brother, you know, reconciled our differences before he passed, you know. And, you know, man, I know you hurting, big bro, because I'm hurting. You know, I'm hurting.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Sure.
You know, how you feeling right now? How would you explain how you feeling right now to those that's out there so they know they don't want to wind up in your situation to feel how you feeling?
Just, man, hurt, of course, and just regretful of feeling somewhat of failure, even though I know I'm not. I did everything I could for him to guide him another way and try to keep him out of the situations that he was in. Just feeling like I failed him, but at the same time knowing I did everything I possibly could. You know what I mean? And it's just sad. It's all built up in one little ball of emotion, man. So that's just what's going on.
I'm glad you used that word emotion. I'm going to have to do a whole YouTube joint on emotion. We have, as men, we have to learn to control our emotions because that's the number one killer. Our pride, our ego, and our emotions. We have to learn to control them. We have them, God put them in us. You know what I mean? Just like God put love in our heart, you know? And it's crazy because even with the love in my heart and the emotions that God gave me, I don't know, you know, I haven't even mourned my brother. You know, I'm going to keep it 100. And that was in 1994, like I said. I haven't even mourned or cried for my brother because I was raised that men is not supposed to cry. You cry in the dark. I shed a few tears here and there, but not like I really should have. And that's why this is hitting me so hard because, you know, before I lost my brother, I lost a lot of other, you know, brothers that wasn't biological that I ran on the streets with. And, you know, I was kind of prepared for the loss of my biological brother. You know, just like my mother is 88, man. You know what I mean? She's not going to be here forever. God willing, I have another good 20, 30 years with her because I missed 26 with her. So if he blessed me to have another 30 with her, you know, she living with me, I'm taking care of her, you know, because she took care of me growing up. So I just want y'all to know, love your mothers, man. Love your mothers. Listen to what your mothers say. If I would have listened to what my mother said, I wouldn't have went through all the crap that I went through in my life. So listen to your mothers, man. You know, listen to your elders. Listen to your fathers. Listen to your aunts. You know what I mean? Listen to those that have good wisdom and you make the choice what you gonna do. You understand what I'm saying? Don't sit there and make the street choice. I know I speak a lot about the street code and principles and honor and morals, but I want y'all to understand that don't get involved in the street. Then we don't have to debate what the code is. Just don't get involved. And that's what my message is about, you know? But that's why I say if you choose to get out there, you know what the rules are. You know, you get picked up, you don't tell. You know, like I said, they wanted me to tell on my brother who was dead and I would have been out of jail 20 years ago. But I refused to do that because I chose the street. And a part of the code on the street is, you know, you don't work with the opposition. And I grew up in Jamaica playing a game called Cops and Robbers. And I'm quite sure a lot of y'all did that too that's watching this, where nobody wanted to be the cop, you know? But then when you get older and you choose to run the street and be a robber, a drug dealer, a scammer, or whatever. Now you get caught and you want to be the cop. Be the cop from the door. Go get a job. Go become a police officer and do the right thing. Don't go in there and do these senseless killings you see they doing to our black people out there. And that's why it's a disconnect, you know, with the law enforcement and our people. That's why it's a disconnect with the law enforcement and our people. Because you have those bad apples that's looking out for themselves. And then now we can't trust none of them. When I grew up, you was able to semi-trust the police. But this joint done got out of control. Maybe it's the social media and the camera and the internet that's putting everything out there. And this was always around when I was growing up, just as heavy. But we didn't see it. When you turn on your phone, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you see all these law enforcement officers violating our people. The same people that took an oath to save and protect our people. But I'm going to tap out with that, man. Just, you know, you want to say something before you go, big bro?
And man, just I appreciate you letting me use the platform, man, just to tell my story, man. I really appreciate that, man. To everybody else, y'all be safe, man. Be safe out there.
All right, so I'm going to put the outro on, man. I'm going to let y'all go, man. And I love you, man, and just know I'm here. And like I said, you know, that's my number on the screen. I do answer that number. I know I changed it a few times because, you know what I mean? I'm trying to find the right service because I get a lot of calls and then they try and charge for the calls and people act like when you ask for a Cash App that, you know, you begging, you know, when you got to pay for these Google Voice. You know, Google Voice gives you a few minutes free to bait you in and then you have to pay for the call. You know what I mean? So that's what the Cash App is. Like I said, I'm going to get the Cash App in order. You know, I'm dealing with them now. You know, it's so hard. Like I said, call that number before you send me a Cash App. We're going to do that. Don't even say, I'm telling y'all, don't even send me a Cash App. Call that number before you send me a Cash App and we'll work on you getting the right one because these people done got so intricate that they made their Cash App the exact same username as mine. The exact same government name as mine. $ Unique Mecca Hall is the Cash App. And then it's Waynesworth Hall is the government name. They made the exact same joint. First, they didn't have the little green box next to it. Now they put the green box. I believe Cash App is involved in that. I really believe, and I called them in and recorded the call and sent it back to them to let them know that I'm going to be taking them to court because they committing fraud. You know? I believe Cash App is down with setting that up because they still haven't removed, you know, this Cash App that duplicated my Cash App, and they steady telling me on the phone only one person have a username. And I'm showing them a screenshot with 2 usernames the same. So don't even send no money to my Cash App unless you call me. I'm telling you that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the game is to be told, sold, not told. You know? Call the number on the screen, the 347-480-9801. And, you know, talk to me and we'll walk you through getting the Cash App directly to me. That's how we're going to have to do that, you know. But it is what it is, man, you know. So I'm getting ready to tap out. Yo, thanks for tapping in, man. We're going to do a live maybe later on tonight. Let me see how, you know, how I control my emotions for the rest of the day. All right, but we're trying to do it before the week is over. All right, homie?
For sure. Just get at me.
All right. All right, one.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Fresh out the can of
of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the root men.